So in a response to a post that I posted, there being 605 mass shootings in America so far this year, 2023, I got a response saying that those aren't considered mass shootings because they're not taking place in schools. I'm not sure what the response was there, or what the point in was trying to be made there. I'm making this video just for you, Dan, apparently. It would seem. I just basically posted, has there really been 604 mass shootings in America this year? And I think it's you here. I don't know, maybe I should edit your name out or something here. But there would be 2 every day. That can't be accurate. The news would have never stopped. It's like, well, again, I don't think that they're reporting everything to otherwise that would just scare everybody. Which it probably, well, I don't know if it should or not. Again, I'm not taking any political viewpoint on this or any kind of what we should do or how we could solve the problem or anything like that. That's not really what I'm trying to say here. I'm just saying, and then I just did a quick Google search here. You know, we're on pace for 700 mass shootings in 2023. The Gun Violence Archive says, blah, 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 based on previous years. And they're just going off statistics, unless all the shootings completely stop randomly, which would be pretty incredible. But so I was stating that other countries report on it, you know, in the world news, because it's like a big epidemic here in America. I don't think they have as much freedom with guns in other countries, so it looks really bad over here. You were saying something like not trying to justify, but not all of these were mass shootings. So, you know, mass shootings. If you don't consider 4 people being shot in a public place, if you don't consider that a mass shooting, then I guess they're not. You have to define what a mass shooting is to you. Are you considering like it has to be 15 or people more shot to be a mass shooting? And some of these are a lot more than 4 people. It's just 4 is the minimum to be considered a mass shooting. I mean, like, it doesn't have to live up to the standards of Columbine to be a mass shooting. The fact that that's even kind of acceptable, that we'd be like, oh, that's not a big deal, only 4 people got shot. That's like, oh, that's a total American thing to think or say, you know, playing enough Grand Theft Auto. I find it really weird and kind of disturbing to downplay. But whatever. You know, that's not the point I'm trying to make here. I just want to put down the facts of, or where I'm getting my information and what brought this up to me to begin with. And I found it interesting. And so, yeah, and you would take the, you know, Wikipedia page with a grain of salt. So I tried to look at multiple sources. I heard mine from the world news. And that's why I thought, I was like, oh, whoa, they're reporting this in other countries, but we're not really hearing that much about it. But I'm sure, I don't really watch local news, so, you know, who knows. And you're saying that they're like robberies and stuff is what it sounds like. And even if it was a robbery and 4 people got shot, that would be a mass shooting. I wasn't trying to make it sound like 604 schools were shot up. I was trying to say that 604 mass shootings happened, not that they were all in schools. There was only, what I looked up is there's only 36 shootings in schools. I mean, like, even the mall over here in Boise got shut up not too long ago. Not this year, but I mean, that was pretty crazy. And again, like, if you include all gun deaths, and I was posting this in here too, it's over 35,000 so far. But that includes, you know, suicides, and I'm not sure, you know, I'm really going with gun deaths, but I thought the mass shootings was really, and after seeing this in the news, kind of eye-opening how many mass shootings there are a year, like every year. This is a record. This is where I first heard about it, was here.
It seems that the more controversy the former president finds himself in, the more his popularity rises among voters.
And now, yet another shooting in the United States. This time, a gunman walked into a psychiatric hospital in New Hampshire and shot a retired police officer working as a guard at the facility. A state trooper
This wasn't a mass shooting?
Fatally shot the suspect. Now, according to police, there were no additional victims, but this is just another example of the continuing gun violence problem in the U.S.
They consider it a huge problem in other countries that America has so many shootings. And I find it interesting because I live in America, and so I'm just used to it. I don't think about it. I guess it's not normal in other countries for places to just randomly get shot up. But here it happens several times a day, and we're just like, oh, well, it's not as bad as Columbine or whatever, you know? And like, here's an example of, you know, I don't remember this one happening in Maine, you know?
This time visiting Lewiston,
but
Maine.
I found this, I accidentally stumbled across this. Here's a list of all like these newscasts 3 weeks ago, you know, all the way down. You keep going further and further. Mass shooting in Maine, that seems to be a big one. Jacksonville dollar store rampage. You know, 3 killed in racially motivated shooting. That's not a mass shooting technically, but you know, what is that? That doesn't even count. That doesn't even show up. Well, no, it probably does, because I bet you more people were shot than killed, because you only have to get hit with a bullet. 4 people have to get hit with a bullet to be considered a mass shooting. And it just goes on and on. On and on. We got up to 9 months ago, a month ago. But that's not, you know, I mean, we could just take a look at one of these random videos, one of these random newscasts, and we'll see something that I've never seen on the news.
ABC News senior investigative reporter Aaron Katursky with an in-depth look at the
I mean, I could just do a little
Aaron, what do we know at this point about how this happened?
Compilation of just these
employee walked into the break room where employees were gathered about to start the evening shift, the overnight shift, and just opened fire at random. The way eyewitnesses described this, the pistol was swinging from side.
Here's another shooting.
Deadly shooting in our nation's schools. A
There's
teacher
one in
and
the
a
school.
16-year-old student
That's
in
what you were
St.
looking
Louis.
for.
Police killed the gunman, who was a recent graduate
So
of
these
that high
are
school. Alex Perez.
these are
is
real
live on the
things
scene
that are happening
with
here.
the latest. Good morning, Alex.
There's a lot.
Hey, good morning, Robin. There were 7 security officers working.
But this is a year ago. So if now that these are reaching a year ago, they don't count for this year's shootings.
Another mass shooting. This one overnight in North Carolina. 5 people killed, including an off-duty police officer.
So yes, it's considered a mass shooting if 4 or more people are shot.
A suspect is now in custody, and Elwin Lopez is on.
Even further with that, let's see. That's where I Googled it. I just Google searched it. But here's a list of the gun violence archive, whatever this is. This is the first time I've seen this. But you can see here, it goes from most recent to further back. So you can see here, November 18th, there were 3 mass shootings in that one day. And I didn't hear about it on the news. And you can see here, it even gives you all of the details. In Tennessee, Arkansas, and California. And here there's 4 victims were killed and 1 was injured. So that's 5 victims in total. 6 if you count the... Oh, that might be counted as the victims. I'm not sure. So it would be 5 or 6. The suspect was killed in that incident. You have the one in Arkansas where 4 people were injured, so they were shot and hit with bullets, and 1 was killed. So that's 5 victims. You have California. This one in California here, the 5 people injured, which means they were shot. If you take a look at the incident. Go ahead and open a new window here. And then to look at your list of mass shootings in the United States here. This is your Wikipedia that you were bringing up to me. Oh, look, see, this is even bringing up a lot of this. I looked at it on my phone, so I didn't see all this. But let's see here. Oh my gosh, there's a lot going on here. But this is very much similar to the other thing here. And so you can take a look at the specifics when you click on each one of these, and you can see here, victim age group adults, injured, victim age group adults. So these are all adults that were injured. The California Valley Spring, whatever the report numbers and stuff. Shot, wounded, and injured. Mass shooting. 4+ victims injured or killed, excluding the subject, suspect, perpetrator. 1 location. Notes. Shooting may have happened at a party. 2 teens taken to hospital with minor burns, possibly from fireworks. 1 gun involved. So even with 1 gun, for 4 people to get shot with 1 gun, assuming they don't have multiple magazines or anything like that, they were really intentional. I imagine it would be difficult to aim and be accurate with a firearm if you're not trained, unless your intention was to go in with that objective. So I don't know if this is enough to kind of give you an idea, maybe an overlay. I mean, I don't want to sit here and do this too long, but something that I noticed and then kind of looked slightly into. You know, I'm not going to sit here for 4 hours going over all these, although it would be interesting to see like a montage of just how bad it is. But I'm not trying to sit here and spread like propaganda or anything. I'm just trying to make a point. There have been a lot of shootings. It was surprised me when I saw it, and then when I looked into it, it surprised me even more. So I guess that's where I was going with that. I consider that a fair number. 4 people shot. I consider that a fair number to be considered a mass shooting.